Yo, what's up there guys, this is Immersive Gamer 83 and thank you very much for stopping by today. Today, this is going to be just a quick little video just to show you guys my Vorpx settings for Elder Scrolls. So this is Elder Scrolls Online. I've been playing with it with VR Gaming Evolved. Whoa, that's really cool. And a few of you in the Reddit posts have been asking about my settings, so I'm just going to spend a little bit of time to go through. This is fantastic. I'm going to spend a little bit of time to go through my settings and just basically, I mean, this is not the be all or end all, but it'll be a really good starting point for you guys to actually start your own settings, you know. And yeah, so it's don't think this is like going to be exactly right for you. This is because everyone has a slightly different setting and everyone has slightly different preferences as well. Right, so without further ado, I'm just going to press the delete key and go through my settings then. Right, okay, so this brings up the Vorpx settings on the main page. So you want activate Vorpx, that needs to be on, because if Vorpx isn't on, it'll go weird and it won't be, it will be a single image and it won't work right. Display mode, you want it in Rift. Virtual cinema mode, turn it off, because if you turn it on, you'll be inside like the sort of little room thing, you know. So you don't really want that, unless of course you want to change your scenes, so you're sitting down inside a games room, which is really strange, but for me, I want that off. So I like being in the game, you know, first person sort of thing. 3D reconstruction, I've got that set as geometry. Geometry is a bit more system intensive, but it gives the feeling of real 3D objects, you know, so things look solid in front of you and they pop out. 3D separation strength, you want that, I've got that at 1.5. Basically this is kind of like a double-edged sword though. What I mean by that is the higher you have the value, the more prominent the 3D effects are, but for some reason the world scale changes, so you have to have a happy medium between like nice world scale and, you know, things feeling right in front of you, because if you turn it up high, like the actual characters, NPCs, feel small. It's really difficult to explain, but that's kind of, world scale is also part of 3D strength for some odd reason. If you go too high on the 3D effects, the scale seems wrong, so just bear that in mind guys. But 105 seems really nice for me, nice 3D effects and good scale. I've got 3D FOV enhancement, left that at 0. Camera height modifier, I felt a little bit short, so I've got mine a little bit higher. But as it says, use with caution, it may cause visual glitches, so just be careful with that. And if you notice you're getting some anomalies, just take it back down a few notches. Right, so the next one, we've got the display settings. So image sharpening, turn that up. It will start off low. The higher you turn that, the more clear things appear. But obviously if you go too high, image sharpening won't do you any good and it'll be more of a hindrance. I mean, this is something that you do need to mess around with. I'm gonna have a quick look at that one. So things do seem nicer, but you do have some anomalies. Things don't seem right if you go too much, if you do too much image sharpening. Things do seem a lot clearer and nicer, but it's just be careful with that, because it does affect things like how the game actually, you know, things like head tracking and stuff like that. So for me, that will set at 1, but I'd say anywhere between 1 and 2. If you can get it to 2 and it still looks alright, then that's good, but at least 1 on the image sharpening to get the image looking nice. You want fixed chromatic aberration on, fixed black smear off, game UI and HUD scale. This is really important as well, so if you click that and turn it down, I don't know if you can see that, but it actually moves the bar, like the menus and stuff, right out. So if you wanted to, you could play like that. Yeah, 0.40 is the minimum with that one. But like you can, like right now, they're right in the scene. I think they're very invasive though, and in very immersion breaking. So I turn that shit as high as possible to get it out of the way. So yeah, so with regards to the HUD settings, I like mine as out of the way as possible. So I'll leave mine at 1.0, and I can't get it any higher. It's nice enough so I can just see at the top, I can see this little sort of compass thing up there. With the game UI depth, basically that one, I've set that as high as possible as well, because if you got it on 3D, the crosshair is fucking massive. You can't get rid of it either. I can't work out how to get rid of it. So if someone can help me get rid of it, I'll be very grateful. But in the short term, I have to turn that up, because if you turn that down, it feels really straining on your eyes for some reason. I'll see if I can. I don't know if you can kind of see it in the background. If I turn it down now, it makes it into almost like a 2D crosshair, and it's difficult to focus on the 3D shit in the background because the crosshair seems split. It's really horrible. So make sure that you set that. I've got mine set at 1 for that as well. It just feels a lot nicer, and it converges into a 3-dimensional crosshair, so it's all good. G3D shadow treatment, I've got that set as no 3SD. That seems to sort the shadows out. Aspect ratio is letterbox 2 for me. I think VR Gaming Evolve has got his set at letterbox 1, but for me 2 feels nicer, but you do get just a slight little black smidge at the bottom of the screen that I can't really get rid of. Image zoom, if it went above 1.0 would fix it, because negative values make it bigger, but for some reason it 1.0 is as big as that goes, and there's still just a slight little lip at the bottom of the screen. 2D FOV enhancement, I've left that. Lens set, I've got the A cups in, so if you've got the B cups in, change that to B. Put in your IPD settings here. Mine's at 64.07. That will be individual to whatever your settings are though. Head tracking on. My head tracking sensitivity is at 0.61. That's next one. Latency enhancement 0. I've not really messed with that. Roll is on. Positional tracking on. I've left the rest off. So next one is input settings. Disable mouse acceleration. You want that on really. So mine says no, because I've got another program that does it natively. I've got that done in my Windows operating system. I've turned off mouse acceleration, so pretty much any time I play Rift games, it's always like that. But yeah, if you've not got anything to help you with mouse acceleration problems, if you press that to yes, then it basically stops the acceleration of the mouse, and it makes it constant and really helps the smoothness. Okay, so if you've got, you can handle gamepads internally as well, but I'm using the Pinnacle Profiler with the Xbox 360 pad. I didn't really mess around with this one too much. Left stick, right stick sensitivity, I've not fucked with that. VR keys, I've not really messed with that either. I've just kind of left it as what it was before. So they're my actual in-game settings, and the actual in-game settings as well, because the head tracking sensitivity will be different depending on if you've got a different value here. So on my camera, my head tracking rotation speed is at 43 for first person view. My field of view is at 130, it's maxed out, and my head bob, I've turned that down to 22. So I like a little bit, but if you have too much of that, that will start making you feel poorly. If you get motion sick easy, turn that down to 0, and that should help you on the head bob. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All the rest of the settings will be graphical, and that will be dependent on your system. So if you've got a good system, you can run it, fucking turn some graphics up and max it, you know. But if you can't do that stuff, then unfortunately you're gonna have to turn the graphic settings down, because head tracking is a lot more, and frames per second is a lot more important than actually getting so it's, frames per second is a lot more beneficial than nicer graphics. Don't think that getting it looking nicer is going to make your game any more enjoyable if you've got shit frame rate. It's all about getting the nice smooth head tracking before you do anything, and then sort of gradually work your graphics up. Alright, okay, so that's hopefully that's been helpful for you. As I said, use these as a guideline. This is not set in stone. This is just what's best for me, guys. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, smash that like, put it in the comments, and if I missed anything out that you'd like to see me do next, of course let me know. And yeah, that's IG83 out. Hope to catch you on the next one. Cheers guys, take care, bye bye.